Today, we talk about
the Kardashian thing. I think just my bare bones thoughts on it. You alluded to the fact that like, hey, it's like this empty thing, but or talentless thing, and I do appreciate that perspective on them, and we'll reiterate, we love you guys, but but I think, and I've had my whole thing. I wanted to go off on this for like an hour on my own on my podcast at some point, which I will do at some point, I'm sure, but. I don't think that they're purely talentless because it requires a certain level of metal to take this quote empty whatever, vapid whatever, and turn it into a multi-billion-dollar family kingdom. Like this is not something that just fluke happens. This is not a lottery win. This is something that, and I think the mom of the group, Kris Kardashian, I believe her name is, one of the most badass women maybe in history. We're talking Cleopatra level, in my opinion. Like, you cannot take these quote nobodies who do quote nothing and turn it into a multi-billion-dollar industry out of just pure luck or chance or whatever. Like, this requires a certain amount of tact, certain amount of connection, certain amount of ability to make certain connections, like we were talking about with the fame topic. Like, you need to make the right connections, talk to the right people, and relate to the right things.
Well, when I say things like they're talentless and like, you know, and be like, oh, why are they famous? And people like me who say that, and I'm going to play devil's whatever. I'm going to play.
That's basically what I've been doing.
Yeah, but let's you know, I think. Part, and it's part of me too, is obviously we look at people like that, we're jealous, right?
Oh, because that's definitely a factor.
Because, and the reality is, we all want to be famous for doing absolutely fucking nothing. It's like, so, you know, I think most people, like for me, I feel kind of guilty about it, but I'm saying like that overnight kind of fame. Now, in fairness, like you said, I don't know much about the Kardashians before. I've heard.
I don't either.
I've heard that a lot of them. I mean, listen, I'm sure they're philanthropic. Like, here's the part about where I'm like, you know. Like, okay, guys, I'm sure they give money to charity. I'm sure, like, and they have these businesses and shit.
I'm sure they're not evil.
Yeah, like, I don't think everyone who has, you know, fame and money is evil. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand why they're famous. Like, they've never entertained me, which I guess that is the thing.
Yeah, and I think I'm so glad you brought that up because I think it goes back to the comedy thing. It's like, I'm sure you've seen comics where you're like, dude, this guy is not funny.
Right.
To me.
Right.
But he's, quote, killing. The crowd is loving it. He's booking shows. He's doing this. And there's a little bit of gaming. There's a little bit of like, what's going on here type of suspicious type of thing. But at the end of the day,
Bill Cosby was never funny to me. Like his stand-up, like if I watch like old clips of his stand-up, I was never like, you know, I mean, I was more of a Richard Pryor kind of guy. Like, but like, you know, but there are people who will literally watch, you know, Bill Cosby, and they'll say that he did.
Or the show Seinfeld, they'll be like, dude, I don't get it. Or, dude, this is the greatest show. We were literally sitting at this table last night with me and my friends at the other podcast that we recorded, and we had that, literally where you were saying, that side of the table be like, I don't think Seinfeld's that funny. And this side of the table like, well, what?
Yeah.
And so you're going to have that kind of thing, and I think the Kardashians are that kind of thing, where it's like, you and I can't relate to it because we don't have lips that need things on them or eyebrows that need shit on it, but like they're the ones that are offering that, and they're crushing it. So, and there's a market for it. So, you know,
but you know,
we will never get it. But
my biggest fear though is to like be that old dude, like you know what I'm saying? Like my nephew is he's
the Bill Burr of us.
Yeah, my nephew's like 18, and you know, he watches these like YouTube videos, and at first I'm like, this shit is so fucking hacky and annoying. You know, these cutaway shots of these kids like doing these like reviewing, and I'm like, I'm hating on this thing. I'm trying to be above it, but this is going to be the future of like
this
comedy.
This
is like what it is
the
now.
Train or getting left behind. Like,
So I started watching. I'm like, okay, some of them suck, but some of them are actually kind of funny, and I started having an open mind about it because I'm like, this is a cool what they're doing. Whether or not what they're doing is funny, I can use that.
Exactly. I was talking about Matt, which I'm sure you know him, man. I'll make sure to be like, that's fucking Matt. But next time I see the two of you together. But we were literally talking about this, I guess, 12 hours ago. About the whole social media thing and understanding how to use it to your advantage. Like, it's easy to look at Instagram comedians and be like, dude, this is fucking shitty.
Right.
But why don't you look at that and be like, this is shitty and it's doing well.
Right.
What do I take from this as a non-shitty comedian? Assuming we are non-shitty comedians, or perhaps one day we'll be.
It's a crazy assumption right there.
But just imagine, I hear A-list fucking comedians complaining, like, oh, what is these Instagram comics doing? It's like, dude, maybe fucking open your brain. Maybe open your mind and be like, well, they're doing something shitty and doing well at it. Maybe learn something from what they're doing and apply it to what you do well with comedy, and flourish. Like,
because you're not gonna win. Like, you're never gonna win that like battle of, oh, okay, I'm just gonna keep on doing my thing and let them. No, that's the future. Like, and even if it's not the future, it's happening now. So use that medium, whatever it is. Like their techniques, and make fun of it if you want, but like find a way to reach them, and they're your audience. Like.
Which, surprise, the Kardashians do great in social media.
Do they?
Surprise, like that's...
They must have, what, like 5 followers or something?
Close.
Listen, I'm not trying to brag. I have 500, all right? Listen, don't be jealous.